Hello and welcome to the virtual Euro 2020 highlights, day number 8 of the tournament. Now, I just want to say quick apologies that I didn't get the other couple of days uploaded. I was having a couple of issues with my video editor, so I couldn't get them up in time. However, we're back now, we're all sorted. In terms of the other games that went on, there was a couple of good games in the background. Turkey beat Wales 3-0. Austria and Netherlands got a draw, but I'm sorry I couldn't get the highlights uploaded for it. Hopefully, maybe I could do like a separate highlights video for the whole of match day 2 in general, but I'll see what happens. But in terms of today's game, we are back to normal, all good with the video editor, so we can get back to it once again. We've got 3 games coming up for you today. We've got England, which have got to have a big game against Israel. They need to get 3 points on the board. We have Croatia versus Czech Republic, and we also have our first game in Group E between Spain and Poland in match day 2. 3 fantastic fixtures, 3 games full of drama. Let's go to our first game. It's England versus Israel. England need to win to keep their aspirations of getting through to the knockout stages alive. But can they do it? Let's find out in game number 1. Well, welcome along to Group D. Once again, what feels like for the 400th time in the tournament already, we are in Rome for the first game of match day 2 between Israel and England. Well, both of these sides had very, very tricky starts in the competition. Of course, Israel picking up a point in their first game. As for England, they lost points against Croatia in that fixture. So, it's on the line today as it currently stands in the group. Croatia on 3 points, Czech Republic and Israel on 1 point, England on 0 points, which means they must win today to keep their hopes alive. Well, we saw something very similar in the Group C games yesterday. Romania, they were looking like they were down and out, and they came back yesterday with an exceptional 2-0 win. Can they potentially do the same here? Well, this isn't just a rivalry of 2 teams desperate for points. This is a rivalry of 2 managers that know each other quite well. Rowan/It's Your Boy is taking on Will P. They are quite friendly on the touchline for now, but when this game kicks off, it's sure to be a very, very tense fixture. Well, we are going through the national anthems. As it stands, England have faced Israel 4 times in previous competitions and friendlies. They have never lost a game to the Israelis, with 2 wins and 2 draws. The last game was back in 2007. As for Israel, they've got a lot of work to do, of course. One of their top scorers in the team is Taylor and Raphael of the Chinese Super League. He scored the 2nd most goals in qualifiers with 11 alongside Cristiano Ronaldo. Can he bring the goals to the table today? Well, as I said before, both teams, they played off in match day 1. It was a very enthralling fixture between the Israelis and the Czech Republics, but none of the sides could break each other down. As for England v Croatia, it certainly was an interesting game. Both sides were really going at it, but Croatia nicked an early goal in the second half, courtesy of Ivan Perisic. Well, Will Pete is the Israeli manager. He says in the chat, today is the only day I will be hoping England lose. Of course, there'll be many of the managers in the chat that would like to cheer on England, but of course they probably won't want to, as they hope that they got knocked out of the competition. Well, as I said before, we had a fantastic match yesterday with Romania, who made a quality comeback. Could England do the same? We also saw Belgium do something very similar in yesterday's fixtures. Well, thank you to everybody who's joined us on the stream. Welcome to this game. I hope you enjoy it. We are into day 8 of this tournament. The tournament, of course, taking place between June the 11th and July the 12th, with our match day 3 fixtures coming up very, very shortly. Well, both managers are looking like they want to start here on a balanced approach, trying to see maybe if the Israelis can nick another point in this game, leave them in a great position to potentially make the knockout stages. Or can England take 3 points home and shock, well, not really shock the Israelis, but surprise them in a certain aspect of they'll have a lot of hard work to do to get to the next round. I wouldn't say England win is a shock. I think Rowan would be quite happy if England win. He's saying, come on Brexit in the chat. Well, we are 7 minutes into this fixture. Here's a ball to Saba, who's actually a teammate of Taylor and Raphael in real life in the Chinese Super League. Here's Oxlade-Chamberlain, one of the players that has come into the England setup today, who didn't play in the last game. Here's Rashford. He's on the left today. Of course, Jamie Vardy played in that first match against Croatia. Didn't have the most convincing of games. Now he's out of the squad. Harry Kane, who certainly had a couple of decent opportunities in that first match day. He is in the starting lineup, hoping he can score a couple of goals. Of course, he actually is the Euro qualified top goal scorers with 12 goals in qualifiers. Can he hit any goals in the Euros today? Now here's Solomon on the left-hand side. Of course, Israel adopting a 4-4-2 formation today. The Israeli manager looks like he's quite happy to take a 0-0 draw. Here's Solomon into Nacho, of course, of the Russian league. Now into Zahavi. Lovely dinked ball to trying to get it in for Munas Daber there, but his run is just a little bit slow, and it's a lovely opportunity here for England to counter-attack. Here is Ben Chilwell into John Stones. Moving it towards the other side of the field to James Maddison. Hit long for Raheem Sterling. He's not going to be able to head that down, of course. Not the most tallest of players. Now, Rashford into Harry Kane. In for Raheem Sterling, who tries to loft it long to Ben Chilwell, and it goes out of play. Well, as I said, of course, when you look at this group originally, you would have seen two pretty prominent sides that you'd have expected to go through to the knockout stages. England and Croatia. Croatia, with that big win, we will find out what happens to them a little bit later on. They're going to be playing off against the Czech Republic. I'm too quick with the ban button, KD. That's the problem. Here's Dasa on the ball into Saba. Back to Dasa again. It's a lovely ball. He had a fantastic game. Here he is. Now it's in there. What a save that is from Jordan Pickford. I think that was Munas Daber who went for the header there. And it's a lovely save from Pickford. And this game stays 0-0 for now. First fantastic opportunity for the Israelis maybe to nick an early goal in this one. Fantastic, fantastic opportunity. And I think it'll be very similar to the Romanians in this game. Of course, the Israelis will have to kind of sit and wait for opportunities to counter-attack. And as I keep saying, of course, it worked very, very well for the Romanians yesterday. Here is Nacho. He's going to hold the ball. Now it's in for Baron Kial. And it's a good tackle there from Jordan Henderson. Maddison into Oxlade-Chamberlain. Moves it to Ben Chilwell. Got to say, though, what a fantastic save that was a moment ago from the Israeli goalkeeper. Well, for any of you which are new to the stream, we are looking to do more tournaments, not just on FIFA. We're looking at potentially doing a Football Manager tournament in the future. Here's ball lifted into Kane. Now it's for Sterling! Oh, what a goal that is! What a goal! And Raheem Sterling opens the scoring with an absolute thunderbolt. Well, that was a lovely lofted cross into Harry Kane. He just couldn't get it. And Sterling has absolutely whacked that first time. And what a fantastic goal that is. Here we go. Let's look at the highlight of this goal again. Lofted in there, as I said, for Kane. It drops down. Raheem Sterling, first time, smashes it in. And just like that, England, they've waited. And their first real major opportunity on goal. It's England 1, Israel 0. And, well, there's going to be a lot of work for the Israelis to do now. But that is an absolute cracker of a goal from Raheem Sterling. Takes it on first time. You class that as a half volley, but it's a fantastic goal, and that's all that matters right now. It's in the back of the nets, and it's 1-0, and England are in the lead of this one. And well, as I said, the Israelis, they've got a lot of work to do. I mean, KD is saying he wouldn't call it a thunderbolt. He had to take that on. The technique there to take it on first time, he has to smash it in. Can the Israelis come back now? Kayal tries to hit into Burr, not the greatest of passes in the world. Of course, the Israeli manager is still adopting a not attacking role so far, keeping it calm, keeping it all balanced, while Rowan will certainly be ecstatic with his side, of course. Raheem Sterling playing on the right-hand side today. I believe he played on the left in the previous game, I think. Here's Maddison, who tries to loft the ball forward, and he can't. Baron Kial going to hold the ball, take their time. Baron Nacho, of course, if they can take a goal here and make it 1-1 before half-time, it would certainly make things interesting. Here's Solomon on the right-hand side. Cuts in. Holds the ball, takes his time. Cuts in again. Try to test Alexander-Arnold. Back to Nacho. Into Saba. Back to Baron Kial. It's good football here from the Israelis. And Oxlade-Chamberlain just puts a little bit of pressure on Saba there. And it's a good interception. And, well, we could be going into half-time here with England 1-0 to the good. Maybe could be 2. Here's Ben Chilwell. Waiting for the run of Rashford. Back to Chilwell again. Now it's in for Rashford on the left-hand side. Kane is calling for it. He's lofted it in. And it's going to come back here, I think, for a free kick. Well, the Israelis are not happy. I don't really know what happened there. And I think England have got a nice late free kick here in a decent position for this to be lofted in. Let's have a quick look at this tackle from Dasa. Well, Rashford went to loft the ball in and he's clipped the back of his foot. And the referee's called back for that. And we're going to have a free kick here just before half-time. The Israeli manager, Will, is not happy with that call from the ref. Alexander-Arnold is standing over this. He's lofted it in for Jordan Henderson, who does get a slight touch on the ball, but it's not going to be enough to send it into the goal. The goalkeeper throws it out, and at half-time, the referee blows his whistle, and Raheem Sterling with a fantastic goal. He took on an opportunity first time from a cross that was whipped into Harry Kane. And as it stands, it's Israel 1, England 0. So, there we go. We've had a slight change to the system. Defensive for England in the second half. Israel looking to go a little bit more attacking on a 4-1-2-1-2. Can they potentially nick the points in this game? Well, here's Sterling. Scored the first goal in this. Lofted it in for Harry Kane! Oh, well, what a start to the second half that is. Harry Kane strikes again. And England are 2-0 to the good. Well, he was flying in with the goals in that Euro qualifiers with 12 goals. That's his first of the tournament. And Harry Kane has made it 2 to the good. What a fantastic opportunity that was. And just like that, it's England 2, Israel 0. And there is a lot of work to do now. Look at this for a ball. Just takes it into the path of Harry Kane. Pretty similar chance to Munas de Boer, but this time it's right into the back of the net. And we're going to have a couple more changes here by managers. Raphael move him to a cam. There we go, that's perfect. And then Declan Rice is going to come on here for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. So just like that, England are 2-0 to the good in this fixture. And they desperately need the points. And I tell you what, if it can still stand like this and be 2-0, and of course England go out with the 3 points, we're going to have 3 very, very open groups as we head into the final match day. Of course, Croatia and Czech Republic to play next. But as you can see, as it stands, if you've just joined the stream, it's England 2, Israel 0. Here's Raphael. Takes it off first time! Oh, well, he's only been on the pitch for a couple of minutes. And that was nearly right in the back of the net. Fantastic opportunity there for Raphael to potentially get a goal to come back in this game. It was a testing shot, but it's not going to be testing enough to go in the back of the net and through Pickford. Well, we're going to have another change here from the England manager. He's going to say to also bring on Dyer for Maddison. We could tell what approach Owen's going for in this game. There we go. There's the second change there. Eric Dyer comes on. 2 CDMs in the midfield now for England. They are very happy with how they've played. And, of course, they could start resting players for their final game in which they will face the Czech Republicans in match day 3. Here's Maguire into Trent Alexander-Arnold. The Israeli manager has replied saying, imagine wanting to park the bus against Israel. The tensions are rising. Here's Zahavi into Munas de Boer. Now it's in for Saba. Lovely pass. It's a Raphael who tries to hit it first time but falls to his feet. Maybe could have been a slight slide tackle there to get the ball, but I think he's just fell more than anything. Now here's Kane. He's had a fantastic first game. Of course, this is his first start in the competition. He came on as a substitute in the previous game against Croatia. Here's Ben Harouche into Beram Natko. Now it's Yaney. Lofted to Solomon, but he can't get it, and England could potentially hit on the break here. Sterling into Marcus Rashford. He's going to hold the ball. Now it's for Eric Dyer, of course. As I said, now they're defensive. They'll not really want to go round desperate for attack. They're 2-0 up. They really can sit back, relax, let the Israelis put the pressure on. But Kane, he's going to get the ball here. A good tackle. But the referee is giving a free kick in a very decent position here. It's taken quickly. Chilwell hits it for Kane. Hits it for Kane! Oh, well, that would have been a fantastic goal. Well, I thought maybe they would have just waited and taken the free kick from that position. Kane fought differently. He took it on with a quick free kick and nearly made it 3-0 there. Fantastic opportunity, Kane. A little bit disappointed that wasn't in the back of the net. But Israel live to fight another day. They've got half an hour in this game to try and get a goal back. Of course, if they can nick a point in this game, it would be one of the fantastic comebacks of the competition so far. Sancho is going to come on for Sterling, and to be fair, in terms of comebacks, we've not really had to have any teams come back at all in this competition because a lot of teams have found it hard to break each other down. We're going to put, of course, Sancho on there. So, another change for England. They've made all their 3 subs now. Quite happy. It's your boy Roman as the manager. We'll have him for a press conference. We're going to call him in after this game is completed to just quickly get the ideas and thoughts of the manager after this game. But so far they've been outstanding. Here's Eric Dyer into Declan Rice, the two substitutes linking up together. Dyer in for Kane. It's a good ball, but it can't get to him. Now it's Sterling. He's going to hold the ball. We're going to have another substitution here. This time it's going to be for the Israeli manager. He is going to bring on Ben Chaim for Solomon. So another change in this game. Ben Chaim is going to come on for Solomon. And we can keep going here. Sterling lofts it in for Kane. Can't get there. And it's cleared away this time by Solomon, who will be coming off the field shortly. Declan Rice in for Harry Kane. Can he get his second today? Sterling. Oh, it's good football here. Sterling, he's still got it. But he hasn't now. Natko, poor ball. It's back to Solomon again. And I think the Israeli manager will be incredibly disappointed with his side today. As it stands, they will still be on 1 point. And hoping the Czech Republicans could drop points against Croatia as well. Dasa into Saba. Now for Natko. There's a lot of space here in the midfield for Natko to run into. He decides to loft the ball to Saba on the right-hand side of the field. Here's Saba. Into Dasa. Good football here. Not really moving anywhere. Back to Nacho. Now for De Boer. Pass back to Raphael. He's gone for the shots. And, well, he's taken on a couple of long-range opportunities in the second half, Raphael. But once again, that's not really going to be testing the goalkeeper at all. Chilwell into Henderson. Back to Chilwell again. It's been fantastic today. The fullbacks and the wingers been quality for England today. Now Maguire. In for Dyer. To Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's been the star player, I would say, the man of the match of the game so far. Oh, Kane's gone for the shot. Oh, well, if that had gone in, we talked about technique on the first shot. That would have been the standout goal of the tournament. I mean, you can tell now that England really do not care. Kane took that on first time, and that would have been a sensational goal had that gone into the back of the net. Kane's hungry for more. And we're going to have our final substitution of the game for the Israelis here. Tomer Hamed is going to come on for Munas De Boer. Of course, Tomer Hamed, you remember, formerly of Brighton, now of Charlton in the EFL Championship. He's going to come on. And all three substitutions from both sides have been made at this stage. And with 11 minutes to go, the Israelis are desperate to try and nick back what would be a valuable two goals in this game to get them a point. But with 10 minutes to go, they've got a very tricky job on their hands. And as you can see here, of course, England have adopted a tactical approach to be defensive. Israel have gone all-out attack now. Can they nick a late goal in this game? Tomer Hamed has just come onto the pitch into Saba. Now for Dasa. He moves up the right-hand side of the field, tries to whip this in. There's no one there to get the ball, and it's desperately cleared away. But Ben Harouche gets there. He gets the ball back. What can he do here? Harouche into Ben Chaim. Lofts the ball in for Gershon. Tries to get it for Hamed. He can't. And now the Israelis are really starting to hit on the break. But Rashford gets the ball in for Henderson, who desperately clears the ball away. He does get to Jadon Sancho. Here's Alexander-Arnold. Can he get that ball to Sancho? He can't. But he can get the ball back. Now he does get it for Sancho. What can he do here? Cuts in. Tries to take the opportunity on. But he's cleared away once again. And with 1 minute to go, this game is surely over with now. Hamed into Gershon. Notices a lovely opportunity to pass this into Zahavi. But Maguire there. Fantastic defending from the Manchester United centre-back. We have 2 minutes of additional time here. Just taking the ball and lofting it around. They don't have to do anything because the referee blows his whistle. And that is that. England with two vital goals in this game. Goals from Sterling and Harry Kane mean they take their first 3 points home of the tournament so far. They had to come into this fixture and take the points considering they lost against Croatia. As for Israel, it's another game without any goals. They've struggled so far. And as it stands, it's Israel 0, England 2. This group is well and open for play. So there we go. A big victory for England means they get their first 3 points of the tournament so far, and it makes this group a lot more interesting as we go into our final game of match day 2 in Group D between Croatia and the Czech Republic. Who is going to come out on top? Of course, Croatia, they beat England 1-0 in their previous game, while the Czech Republicans got a 0-0 draw against Israel. Will anybody win this game, or are we going to see a very big shock result in this match? Let's go into it and find out what happens in Group D. Well, we're back in Rome again. We were only in Rome about 2 seconds ago. They've not moved. We're still here in Rome because Croatia and Czech Republic are now taking part in match day 2 in Group D. Well, we just saw a moment ago a valuable 3 points on the board for England. They had to beat the Israelis, and they certainly did in style, which now means things are certainly interesting in this game. If the Czech Republics can beat the Croatians, they will go top of the group on 4 points. But if the Croatians can beat the Czech Republicans, then they will be 90% pretty much 90% likely to get through to the knockout stages of the competition, and really, to be honest, they should finish in first. But of course, we still have to wait and find out, because if both teams draw, then things are certainly even more interesting, as England versus Czech Republic would really be the decider of who goes through. Of course, England then could potentially top the group, with the Croatians finishing in second, or the Czech Republics could even still make it top. But we've got to find out what happens first. Let's not get into it a little bit too much. There's lots of different approaches, lots of different things that can happen. Let's find out what happens on the pitch with 90 minutes of football ahead. Now, we can see there, Ivan Perisic, he was the goal scorer in that game. The only goal between England and Croatia in that 1-0 victory. We have seen they have got some defensive frailties. You know, the first 25-30 minutes, England were battering them with shots, and they could have well have truly been 2-0 up against the Croatians, but they stood tall. Are we going to see the same issues come up today? Of course, the Czech Republicans, their star player is Patrick Schick. He's up top, on loan from AS Roma at RB Leipzig in the Bundesliga. Well, we've had score predictions in the chat. A couple of people predicting a Croatia win, some predicting a draw. As the players shake each other's hands, let's find out the lineups for this game. Well, Croatia, they are unchanged from the previous match. Very happy with their side, with Lovren and Čoluka at the back. Ante Rebic up top, Ivan Perisic and Mislav Orsic are the front three in today's fixture. As for the Czech Republicans, they have also sticked with the same lineup, believing that maybe this could be the opportunity for them to score their first goal in the competition, of course. As I said before, Patrick Schick is up top. Vladimir Darida, also of the Bundesliga at Hertha Berlin, is in the midfield today with Tomáš Souček of Slavia Prague. He's currently on loan at West Ham. Well, the ball is rolling. We are ready to go in this fixture. Both sides desperately need the points. They're both going attacking in this one. Let's find out what happens as Croatia take on the Czech Republicans in match day 2. Well, it's interesting to see. I think to look at the competition so far, there's been a lot of very good defensive performances, a lot of great missed opportunities. Here's Barisic. What I wanted to say really is we've got a lot of groups that in match day 3 are going to be ridiculously tight. I mean, Group A, we've seen that is very tight. All 4 teams realistically still have an opportunity to go through, even if it is for Wales a glimmer of hope. As for yesterday's group, we saw that the win for Romania has opened that group up massively again, and that means pretty much any of the sides could go through. And this group could be the same if the Czech Republicans win. Here's Merhal into Vladimir Darida, one of the standout players in this side. For Berem Dokal, still has a chance, but it's a good save, and straight into the hands of the Croatian goalkeeper. I believe it's Livakovic in the net today, or Subasic. Of course, they've got a couple of good, decent goalkeepers on their side. Will is saying Dejan is definitely scoring an own goal. We love to see it. It limbs if that happens. Here's Orsic into Barisic of Rangers, lofted in for Rebic. It's cleared away. Now, Ivan Rakitic, of course. We see the midfield of Croatia. They've got a star-studded midfield of Modric, Rakitic, and then other names like Brozovic on the side to bring in as well. Of course, Kovacic of Chelsea. It's an endless midfield full of quality players. Here is Brozovic with the ball now at the feet of Zmerhal. As I said, if the Czech Republics win this, this is going to make the group very, very interesting. as we enter into match day 3, of course. Tomorrow is the final set of fixtures in match day 2. We have Group E, the final fixture in that group, as well as Group F, the group of death. We will have all those games coming up tomorrow at 3 PM UK time. And apologies as well for the highlights not going up on YouTube over the last couple of days. I've been having a couple of issues with it. Hopefully we can get them up tonight. Here's Perisic, goal scorer in the first game. Now for Brozovic. A little bit of an interception on the ball there, and we have our first corner of the game. It's gone to the Croatians. And 20 minutes in here, it'd be a lovely opportunity to open the scoring. Modric whips this one in for Perisic, who rises high but can't get there. It's now at Mislav Orsic's feet. Tries to hit it into the box. It deflects and goes into the path of Barisic, who lofts it into the box for Perisic, who once again can't get there. And it's cleared away by Tomas Souček. Here's Patrick Schick into Kadabarak. Here he is on the ball again. Now it's into Husbauer, who's playing the right-hand side of the pitch right now. Patrick Schick. Here's Vladimir Darida. What can he do? Good work here by the Czech Republicans. Now Kadabarak of Hoffenheim in the Bundesliga. And Husbauer has just gifted the Croatians a very, very simple and easy throw-in. As I said, a draw here would realistically be the best thing for England. And realistically as well, would actually be the best thing for Israel. Because it would still mean they have an opportunity to make it into the knockout stages. Of course, if the Czech Republic wins, it would make it much more trickier for them. Of course, goal difference there on 0 right now. So if they can get a decent win against the Croatians, which would be very, very tricky. It could happen, but we have to find out. It still means there's a glimmer of hope for all 4 sides in this group. Now here's Brozovic. Into Rakitic. Now for Rebic. His shot is deflected and into the path of Orsic. Cuts in, whips it in for Perisic. And well, they keep lofting the ball into the Croatian winger who's playing on the right-hand side of the field. He keeps going for the headers. He can't get anywhere near to them. They might need to change their approach of how they're lofting the ball into him. Here's Zmerhal. Lofted for Patrick Schick, and it's cleared away. And it's been a sloppy first 33 minutes. Croatia with a couple of decent opportunities. Czech Republic not really doing anything so far. Are we going to see a goal before the first half ends? Here's a ball into Patrick Schick. A lot of lofted crosses and chipped balls. Once again, another crossed and lofted ball into Patrick Schick, who can't get there. Now it's Rebic in for Mislav Orsic. What can he do here? Rakitic. Poor ball and straight into the path of Tomas Souček. Here is Kudela. Hit into Patrick Schick. Modric is able to get the ball back. Here's Vladimir Darida. In for Patrick Schick. Husbauer. Once again, another ball in for Schick. There's been a lot of these balls being lofted in by both sides right now. Neither side can really get their head on it. And it's been a sloppy first 40 minutes. Here's Lovren into veteran Shorluka. One of the more experienced players this Croatian side. Plays at Lokomotiv Moscow in the Russian league. Here's Rakitic. Now Brozovic. Into Modric. Hits it for Rakitic, who does get his head on it. Orsic heads it down. But it's cleared away. And well, the referee is actually bringing it back here for a free kick in a relatively decent position to hit this. Once again, the tackles have been very light in this competition, but the referees are calling out for them. And I don't know if that's actually well, he's given that to the Croatians, not to the Czech Republicans. I'm not going to say anything, but I don't think that was a tackle there from the Czech Republicans. I don't think they were happy with this. But it's a free kick here for Modric. He's lofted in. He's gone for the acrobatics, Rebic. But it's nowhere near the ball. And at half-time, well, this has been probably the dullest affair of the competition so far. No real major opportunities from either side. It's Croatia 0, Czech Republic 0 at half-time of this game. And well, that pretty much highlights how poor this game has been so far. There are no highlights to show in this game. It's been very, very disappointing. And as I said, the Czech Republicans here, they need the 3 points, so they're going to go all-out attack now and try and push for it. Of course, if they lose this game today, then they could still try and push for third, but they have to play against England, and it's going to be very, very tricky. They'd have to probably beat England, and of course, England's goal difference will now be much better because of that 2-0 win today. So even if they beat England 1-0, I think they wouldn't actually go through. Now here's Perisic. Great opportunity to loft this in. What can he do here? Perisic in for Ante Rebic. And well, that's the first major opportunity of the game. 49 minutes in it's taken us to really get this ball rolling. A great ball there into Ivan Perisic. Just chips it into Ante Rebic, who gets his head on it. And it's just wide of the post. Going to be tough for Israel to get anything from Croatia. Yeah, the two next games for Israel and Czech Republic are really, really tough. It's the two big dogs of the group, of course. Realistically speaking, both of the sides in match day 1 needed to get the 3 points, and they didn't take the opportunities. But all still to play for, and we've got loads of the competition left. So if you are new to the channel, it'd be greatly appreciated if you do leave a follow. Of course, this competition is going all the way through till the 12th of July. Here's Rebic. Notices the run of Mislav Orsic. Back to Orsic from Brozovic. And it's cleared away. And well, as I said, the Czech Republicans are a bit desperate here. They're going all-out attack in this one. We'll make the changes for the three sides in the 60th minute. Both managers who would be managing their sides aren't in the building. So the way it usually works is that I'll make the substitutions a little bit later on. The 60th minute, the three most tired players will realistically come off, of course. If they're big players, then we'll keep them on, because, of course, they will make the difference. Husbauer into Berem Dokal. Back to Husbauer again, some good football here. And well, this could be an opportunity for the Czech Republic. Vladimir Darida hits it! Oh! Well, that was a good ball from Darida into Dokal. And that's a good opportunity. That goes wide. As you can see here, patient build-up play. A lovely ball into the path of Dokal. He hits it first time, but it just curls away from the goal. And he's applauding there, Dokal. Good first opportunity at goal. And these sides are really starting to come out at it now with 30 minutes. Just above 30 minutes to go. Can we see one of these sides nick a winner, or are we going to see a 0-0 draw? Well, we've not seen a 0-0 draw in this competition for a little while now, actually. Let's make the substitutions for both of the sides. I don't think Orsic has been remotely good at all today, so he will come off. Brozovic will come off for Mateo Kovacic. And then Barisic will come off for Pivarasic as well. So that's 3 changes there for the Croatians. As for the Czech Republics, we're going to have a change here. Husbauer is going to come off for Jebri Selassie. We're going to take off Zmerhal as well. We'll bring on Zhenko on the left. And then Schick has been really poor this tournament. I'm actually going to bring on Matavidra for them. I think it's been awful. We'll find out what happens here. 60 minutes on the clock. Half an hour to go. This is Croatia 0, Czech Republic 0. What is going to happen here? Orsic. Intercepted, and Husbauer can hit this up the field into the path of Schick, who gets it down at this time. And well, this could be an opportunity for Schick, but he's quite easily outmuscled. And as it stands right now, the Czech Republics haven't scored any goals in the competition. Maybe a commentator's curse here. Absolutely isn't. Are we going to see two sides in this competition score no goals? It's hit long for Schick. Zmerhal into Vladimir Darida. It's a great position to loft this one in. It's in there for Marek Suchi, who does get his head on it. But Subasic can happily stand there and watch it go by. Not going to be a testing ball at all. And that goes out for a Croatian goal kick. And it's little moments like these where both sides just need to take the opportunities. I have to say, and I don't know whether the chat in the Twitch stream right now will agree with me, that the Croatians have been really poor today. Really poor. I mean, both sides have been pretty poor. But we've made all 3 substitutions now for either side. This is where things can get a little bit interesting. Can both of these sides nick it? A mistake at the back means Marek Suchi's got the ball. Now Darida, he takes the shot on first time, but Subasic is there to save again. He's hit it long to Nikola Vlasic. What a lovely ball that is. Tries to hit it for Kovacic, and it's cleared away. Thank you very much for the host, Ralphie. Welcome to stream. How are we, buddy? Here's Vidra. Into Marek Suchi. He's hit it long. That's a fantastic ball for Zhenko. What can he do here? Oh, it's good defending. Great defending by Lovren. It's back in the hands of Czech Republic again. Dokal takes on the shot. It's a block. And we've got a corner. And well, the last 20 minutes of this game here, the Czech Republicans are really starting to hit the Croatians here. Of course, they've gone all out attack. They really, really do need to take at least a point in this game. Of course, they're trying to get the 3 points on the board in this match. We have a corner for Vladimir Darida. Whips it for Matic Vidra. Oh, well, that is one of the best opportunities we've had so far in this game. Unfortunately, straight in the hands of the goalkeeper once again. But that's the first opportunity for Vidra. And now this could be another opportunity. Vidra's in here. What can he do? Oh, Chorluka Fantastic defending. They are really holding on for dear life right now, the Croatians. They've also gone all out attack to try and counter the tactical approach that the Czech Republicans have currently got. We could see a really tense 15 minutes now. Both sides are going for it. Of course, a point here would be still not too bad for the Croatians, but it would put England in a great position to top the group if they could beat the Czech Republicans in match day 3. Of course, Croatia have a game against Israel. Who knows what could happen there. Perisic gets it in for Lovren. Oh! Well, Dejan Lovren was nearly the hero of this game. The Croatians are really going for it. He's there as a makeshift striker right now. They have to go for it. It's lofted in for Lovren, and the goalkeeper's just had to tip it over. I'm pretty sure he could have played it safe and not had to take a touch on the ball. But it's going to be a corner here. Luka Modric in for Ante Rebic, who does slightly get a small touch, but it's not going to be enough. It's moved to Pivarasic, who's just come on. Back to Pivarasic again. Now it's Rakitic. It's hit by Lovren. It's a great save. And well, Lovren is really going at it right now. Modric tries to pass it back to Lovren again. And the Croatians are hitting on the break now. It's hit long for Vlasic. It's gone all the way through the defence. And well, it's a poor touch from Nikola Vlasic. What a dramatic last 10 minutes of the game it's been. Dejan Lovren nearly winning it for the Croatians late on in this game. Now, here's Derrida. Tries to hit it for Vija, but here with too much power. And the Croatians can hit on the break. And that's a poor tackle here. The referee brings out a yellow card for Marek Suchi. That was an awful tackle there. Jebri Selassie trying to talk with the referee, maybe try and get him out of the book, but absolutely no doubt that's going to be a yellow card. And that's the first yellow card we've had for quite some time in the competition. And while all the players are quite far up the pitch right now, Pivarasic has hit this long for Dejan Lovren. It's come all the way down here, and Perisic has a great opportunity. What can he do? He's lofted in the box for Lovren. He's headed it down. It's in for Rebic. He's blocked. Vlasic keeps it in play. Now it's Rebic. In for Rakitic. Back to Vlasic. They're holding the ball. They really need to hit it into the box here. Vlasic. In for Kovacic. He's tried to hit for Rakitic. And it's a poor ball. And now the Czech Republicans can hit. It's hit long for Vija. He's not going to get that. There's 2 minutes of additional time. Sure, Luka. It has to go into the box now. Lovren. It's a poor ball to Modric. And surely this will be the last opportunity of the game if the referee lets the play on. And Janko is running through on goal. He still has it. It's lofted in. It's cleared away. The ref says play on. Derrida still has it. Lofted it in. And it's saved by the keeper. He hits it long. And the referee blows his whistle. And well, what a dramatic game of football that was. There was no goals, unfortunately, but both these sides really went for it in this match. Croatia 0, Czech Republic 0 in this one, and this group really has got a lot more interesting after Croatia dropped points. Disappointing from Croatia today. The Czech Republicans maybe thought they could have nicked a winner, but they both couldn't grab a goal. Croatia 0, Czech Republic 0. Well, Group D has got very, very interesting as we go into the final match day, of course. The fixtures will be available to view on tomorrow's stream. We'll also have the fixture list for match day 3 on the highlights video tomorrow as well, so keep your eyes out for that. Now we're going to move into Group E, the second to last group of match day 2. It features two sides today that really do need the points. Spain, of course, if they win this game, they are the first team to be guaranteed to go through into the knockout stages. As for Poland, they got a 0-0 draw against Bosnia. Can they maybe break down this Spain side and get a shock result? Let's go into this game and find out what happens. Well, welcome along to the final fixture of today and the first fixture of match day 2 in Group E between Poland and Spain. Well, Spain, they were very, very lacklustre in that first game, but they still got all 3 points. A big goal from Iago Aspas with a quality goal to get them the 3 points. As for Poland, well, they had a tricky game against Bosnia. It ended in a 0-0 draw. Both sides could not break each other down in this game. Can we find out what happens in this match? Of course, if Spain take the 3 points home, they will be in a very, very good position to go through to the next round. But if Poland can beat Spain it will make this group a lot more interesting with Bosnia to play tomorrow against Sweden. It really could be all to play for in this group. Well, the managers are raring to go. The managers of the team today. Poland's manager is Paul, and Spain's manager is Chris. They're both in the building, raring and ready to go, and hopefully they're going to try and get 3 points for their sides. Well, we have the attacking approaches today from the managers as the sides shake each other's hands. Let's find out what happens. Here are the lineups today. Poland with a couple of changes. Lewandowski and Piatek are starting up top. A 5-3-2. A good-looking side on paper. As for Spain, they've made a couple of changes, resting some players, you could say, to a certain extent. Iago Aspas starts up top after his goal. No, I don't know why Google's starting to talk. Go away. Suso is playing at cam with Luis Alberto. Apart from that, David Silva moves to a centre midfield role. Here we go. Well, Google Assistant wanted to get into the game there. He's gone away. Let's actually get into the game. It's Poland versus Spain. And this is going to be an enthralling match. That is for sure. Well, the managers are going for a certain approach. Poland are going for a counter-attacking style. As for Spain, they're going attacking. This really is the fixture that everybody is keeping their eyes on in Group E. Well, Bosnia plays Sweden tomorrow. Bosnia, of course, on 1 point. If Bosnia can win their game, or even if Sweden could win, it's going to make this group really, really exciting. We just looked at the groups a moment ago. We'll show you the groups actually at the end of this game for those of you watching the highlights. Pretty much every group right now is well and truly in the balance. All 4 teams still have a slight opportunity of going through. Some with a very small glimmer of hope, others with a lot of chances to still go through. And well, we have our first opportunity there. Lewandowski with a header. David De Gea has decided to punch that out instead of holding it, which is a weird choice there from De Gea. But let's get into this game and, of course, talk about this one. Of course, Poland played on a 0-0 draw in that first match day. Weren't the most convincing in the game. They had a couple of good opportunities. I think we had a few chances from Lewandowski with headers that just went wide against Bosnia. As for Spain, well, Sweden went for an all-out attack approach in that match. And it kind of worked to a certain extent. But unfortunately, in the 80th minute, it hit them. As Spain scored that winning goal, of course, Aspas, who talked about it. We've got a chance here for Lewandowski. Tries to go through on goal and he can't. Of course, Aspas scored the winner in that game. He's coming to the side today. Diego Costa started in match day number 1. He is not today. Aspas being given the role of a striker. Can he potentially get his second goal of the tournament? Well, we had score predictions in the chat. The Romanian manager thinks it's going to end 0-0. I mean, if it ends 0-0, then Bosnia and Sweden will absolutely be licking their lips because they know then if they would get 3 points, they're well and truly back in it again. Here is Marcel Ribas, who hits this into Lewandowski. Good start here for Poland. Holds the ball now for Marcel Ribas into Matthias Klich of Leeds. Still has the ball, but it's good defending there. Here's Suso into David Silva, playing in a central midfield role. Here's Iago Aspas. Good tackle there from Piotr Zielinski. And it's now into Robert Lewandowski. Of course, Poland going for 2 up top today. Krzysztof Piatek is starting. It's a lovely ball. He tries to lift it into Piatek. Piqué decides to play the ball. A little bit risky. Piatek was a little bit further forward. Here's David Silva on the ball, of course. Last season for Manchester City. He will be leaving, of course, at the end of the season. Here's Suso. Tries to get it to Luis Alberto, he can't, and it's a simple touch for Bednarek. Plays for Southampton in the Premier League. Of course, that now is actually back in real life. Here's Kamil Glik of AS Monaco into Bednarek. Now for Matthias Klich into Schianek. And we've got a very diverse side of players in terms of where they play their football. Of course, you can see here Ribas plays in the Russian League. Bednarek in the Premier League. You've got players like Lewandowski in the Bundesliga, Piatek also in the Bundesliga now, of course, formerly of AC Milan. It's a very dominant start here. Poor mistake at the back. Here's Busquets, tries to hit it first time. And well, Poland so far have been quite impressive in this first 20 minutes. They really need to send an opportunity into the box and try and nick a goal. As for Poland, they're doing great so far. Spain, as you can see, look at that possession-wise. 74% possession for Poland. What I was trying to say, I probably got my words mixed up, is Poland need to send an opportunity to the box and score while they've got this large possession. Of course, you'd expect Spain to be the team to really be dominating. Here's Busquets into Suso. Tries to get the ball into the box, but he can't. Here is Kamil Glik. Just slow football from the Polish. Right now, they just working the ball around. Here's Lewandowski. Now this could be an opportunity. Krzysztof Piatek could try and get through on goal, but he's out-muscled by Piqué there. Good work from the Spanish centre-back, of course, playing at Barcelona in La Liga. Here's Luis Alberto of Lazio in Serie A. Carvajal lofts the ball into Thiago. Now it's Suso. Into Jordi Alba. Back to Suso. Some good football here from Spain. Here's Suso again. What can he do here? This could be the first major opportunity at goal for Spain. Thiago just taking their time with the ball. Alba. Lovely, lovely work. He's lofted the ball in there. And there's no one in the box. It's an opportunity that's gone beckoning for Spain there. And they can keep playing. Here's Kedziora. Into Kamil Glik. Now to Bednarek. They're just taking their time. There's no rush here, of course, as I said. If Poland can nick the points in this game, then this group is going to be well and truly wide open. It'd be an interesting final match day. Of course, we have the game tomorrow. If that ends as a draw as well, then this group is just as wide open as any of the other groups has been so far. Here's Glik. Into Rebus. Of course, we've still got plenty of time left in this. Now, Aspas, is there one more opportunity before the whistle blows? No additional time. Busquets into Luis Alberto. The referee blows his whistle, and well at half-time, it has been all Poland pretty much. Spain starting to get a little bit of a foothold of possession in the last stage of the first half, but as it stands, there's only been one opportunity, none on target. It's Poland 0, Spain 0. Well, here we go. We're into the second half of this game. As it currently stands, Poland 0, Spain 0. You'd expect Spain to be the side holding possession. It turns out Poland are the ones dominating so far. 68% possession. Here is Carvajal. Gets it in for Morata. He's a great shot! What a save that is! My word! Well, Morata's literally been on for about a minute and a half there. He's whacked that with some power and venom at the goalkeeper. And that is an incredible save from Szczesny. What a save. Here's Aspas. Into Suso. Back to Thiago. Into Jordi Alba. He's going to hold it. Aspas. Goes for the shot. And it's a save there from Szczesny. Let me quickly change Morata to the centre forward. 2 seconds. There we go. Morata is the centre forward now. And we can keep going here just to make sure. No changes from Paul. We're all right there. Poland putting up a good fight. They are indeed doing good so far. But the first opportunity of the game, the first major one, goes to Spain. What a save that was from Szczesny. Well, we've had two really, really good saves today. Of course, we had that save from Pickford in the Israel game. Szczesny there, outstanding. Outstanding save. 53 minutes on the clock here. 61% possession so far for Poland. It's Busquets. Moves the ball to Jordi Alba on the left-hand side. Aspas. Into Suso. Heavy ball for Thiago. He gets it back, but he's moved to Piqué. Now for Suso. Into Busquets. Passes in for Morata. Takes it on first time, but this time the shot is not going to have enough pace and venom to test Szczesny in the Polish goal. He throws this to Kedziora. Now for Grzegorz Kukowiak, also playing at Lokomotiv Moscow, of course, which was about some of the players previously today who play in Russia. He's another one of those stars. Of course, Chorluka, one of his teammates, who was on the Croatian side in the previous game we watched. Aspas. Now for Suso. Some good football here from Spain. Alba. Holds the ball. Lofts it in for Luis Alberto. Great punch there from Szczesny. He's having a quality game so far. The referee plays on here. Good run from Suso to get the ball back. Alberto. In for Busquets. Lofted to Luis Alberto. He's gone wide. Back to Busquets again. Some good football here. Carvajal. Lofts it in for Morata. And it's just wide and hide. Wide and hide? What the hell am I talking about? High and wide. Why and hide? How did I even say that? Jesus Christ. Why and hide? You'll never hear that on commentary. Why and hide? I'm not going to get over that. Are any of the managers wanting to make a change? Just want to make sure, does Paul want to make a change if he's in the building? Why and hide? I'm not going to get over that. Here's Alberto into Matthias Klick. Terrible there from the Spanish midfielder. Here's Zielinski. It's Kedziora. Some good football now. Can Poland hit on the break? Still has the ball. Great space on the right-hand side here. He bombs into it. Kedziora tries to hit it for Lewandowski, but it goes way over. And 68 minutes in here, it's still 0-0. No changes requested from the Polish manager. I feel like I might have to make the changes here for Paul. Wyan High, Jekyll and Hyde Sequel. I feel like I might have to make the changes for Paul. I'll make those in a moment. We're going to have a change here for Spain. I'll make some changes for Paul because he's here. He's happy. He's happy. He's all good with his side. I didn't know whether you weren't here or not, Paul. There we go. So Isco's going to come on here for Suso. Of course, Spain really do need to hit it now. Paul's happy with his side. That's all right. I'll not make any changes. I didn't know whether he was in the building or not, but it's all good. He's happy. We keep going here. Alba. What can he do with the ball? 70 minutes on the clock. Thiago. Now for Busquets. Suso, maybe he could hit this. Alberto, good space. Great tackle from Schianek. Great tackle. Here's Busquets. Well, the pressure is now on Spain. Poland, sorry, to defend for their lives. Spain have really come out in this second half and done well. But Poland, they've not had any opportunities so far on goal. Can they maybe have one vital opportunity in this game to take the 3 points home? Here's Marcel Rebus into Gregos Kukoviak. Oh, are we going to see the second 0-0 of the day? Of course, they've not been bad 0-0s. That last game was enthralling. Alberto. Great defending from Gregos Kukoviak. He's been fantastic in this game. I've got to say, what a name Gregos Kukoviak is. Just rolls off the tongue. It's beautiful. Here's Kedziora. Just going to hold the ball into Piotr Zielinski. Tries to get it back to Kedziora. Poor ball there. Aspas sees the space for Morata. Passes it to Thiago. Good football here. One-touch football. Morata holds it. Takes the shot and it's in! Spain have scored at the similar time again. It's the 81st minute. They scored at the exact same time last time. And it's in the back of the net. Morata strikes it in. It's Spain 1, Poland 0. And right at the death of this game, have Spain just nicked it again. Well, that is a fantastic goal. Lovely one-touch football there from Spain. They really have not been convincing once again, but it's all about clinical finishing, and they have smashed it into the back of the net. Well, let's just look at this goal again. One-touch football, one pass, one touch, one shot, one goal. And just like that, they're right in it. And well, there's going to be a change here for the sides. Costa is going to come on for Iago Aspas in this game. And then there's going to be a change of formation here for Paul. As it stands, Spain 1, Poland 0. Aspas is going to come off here for Diego Costa. So that is all sorted out. We're going to see a 4-3-3 approach now from the manager. So we will move Gregos Kukoviak up here for him. I'm guessing you'd probably want Lewandowski to stay on the pitch. So we're going to go for approach like this. We'll see what the manager says here with how he wants his lineup to be adopted. Of course, we need to close these centre-backs a little bit too far away from each other. There we go. And then we move Kedziora down. And Rebus down very slightly. Right, so Milik is going to come on here. Who would you like to take off, Paul? I'll let Paul make his changes in this match. I don't know whether he'd want Milik to come on as the striker. I'll give him a bit of an opportunity to make his changes. Of course, he's in the stream. So it'll take a second here. But as for Spain, they have made a change themselves. Diego Costa's coming on to the pitch. Iago Aspas is coming on. The manager is also taking a bit more of a tactical change as well to his side. We'll find out what happens in a moment. But we'll just see here. He's writing his names. Milik is going to come on. Milik is going to come on the right. The forwards are going to be narrow. So Lewandowski is going to be there. We're going to have Milik kind of there as the centre forward. And Piatek is going to come on there. Shudnik or whatever off. What I'll do here is I'll put them a little bit more spaced out, so there's a bit of space for you. Grigos Krakowiak there. There we go, so that's a 4-3-3. I just need to sort out this defence very slightly, so everybody's lined up in the right space. So all the changes have been made, pretty much. Oh, no, they haven't, sorry. Spain have got one more change. Shidnek has come off. An all-out attack is coming on. Here we go. Changes have been made. This is it. The pressure is really now on Poland. Of course, if you want to make a change, you can still send one in. This is it. All-out attack now in this game for Poland. What can they do with 8 minutes to go with this game? Thiago hits it long for Morata. Now into Luis Alberto. What can he do? In for Carvajal. Couple of minutes of this game left. Lofted in for Morata. Great touch. And it's cleared away. Can they hit on the break now? It's hit long by Grzegorz Krakowiak. Tries to hit it to Glick, who's using himself as a makeshift striker. Isco. Good defending there from Zielinski. Lofted to Milik. Here's Glick. Now, this could be a great opportunity. They have to go for it now. They have to go for it. What I need to very quickly do as well here is I need to... No, they're all right. They're all centre forwards. I didn't know whether I had them as shadow strikers. We're all good. Morata. Into Krakowiak now. Lewandowski gets the ball. Zielinski. Now for Milik. Back to Zielinski. Lofted in. Tries to get it to Rebus. It's cleared away. Spain are holding on here. Are they about to win? 1 minute of additional time. Poland need to get the ball back, and now Carvajal holds the ball, goes forward, and well, this could be the opportunity to win it. Szczesny gets the ball back. He hits it, and that is that. Spain are through to the next round of Euro 2020. They are one of the first sides to make it through to the next round of the competition. And well, they scored right at a similar time to what they did in game number 1. Once again, Poland, they came out, they tried to play well, but Spain were just clinical right at the death and have taken a valuable 3 points home. They are one of the first sides to go through to the knockout stages. Unfortunately, Poland didn't have a single shot in the game. They tried so hard, but they just couldn't succeed. And as it stands, Spain are through to the knockouts, and it ends Spain 1, Poland 0. And well, congratulations to Spain for being, I think, the first side of the tournament to make it through into the next round. A very good game of football that was certainly played there. Both teams really struggled to break each other down, but as I said, effectively, Morata came out on top with a lovely goal. Got to say, the one-touch football was exquisite for the goal. But it's all now all about the rest of the sides in the group. Well, let's have a look at the table as it stands then. Of course, our fixtures coming tomorrow, as you can see on the screen. We have Sweden versus Bosnia, France versus Kosovo, and Portugal versus Germany. They're all going to come up in match day number 2 to end it. Group F, of course, the group of death. It's going to be interesting to find out what happens. Of course, match day 3 will start on June the 21st. We'll have your fixture list available for you tomorrow. So let's have a look at the groups and see how they are. Of course, today we had the fixtures in Group D and E. Croatia are top of Group D as it stands on 4 points. But because there was a draw against the Czech Republic, it still means, theoretically on paper, all 4 sides could go through out of Group D. It's certainly going to be a very interesting final match day in Group D. As for Group E, Spain are now 100% through to the knockout stages. They are the first team to go through that are guaranteed a place in the knockout. So congratulations to Spain for making it through to the knockout stages. As for Bosnia, Poland and Sweden, they're all still fighting it out. All 3 sides could make it through to the knockout stages. Second place is well and truly available. We still have a game between Bosnia and Sweden to play tomorrow, of course. Poland will be praying that both those sides draw. As for Group F, of course, that is coming tomorrow as well. Portugal lead the group with the 3 points against Kosovo. France and Germany win a draw, but that can all change in tomorrow's fixtures. Well, thank you very much for everybody that's joined us today. Of course, if you are new to the stream, it's greatly appreciated if you do leave a follow. If you want some more content that's live, it's going to be starting very, very shortly. The NFL Corner, if you're a fan of the NFL, you can join Will and Kieran L on the YouTube channel in a couple of moments' time for all of the latest stuff in NFL. You don't want to miss out on that. YouTube.com/sportscorner, of course, !YouTube in the chat. You can join the boys there for all of the latest sporting content. But as for now, thank you very much for joining me. We'll be back tomorrow for match day 2, the final fixtures of Group E and F, before we really do get into what is Judgment Day in match day 3. But as for now, thank you very much for joining me. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. See you later.